It is now May the 13th, 2022, and we're again at the Takoma Park Police Department. We received paperwork and we're going down here to get some badge numbers to some individuals who will be defendants in a very large lawsuit. I see the chief of police is here. And his vehicle here. Look how old these bikes are. Look how rusty the chain is on them. You can tell they don't use them. All right. Top of the afternoon to you, young lady. I need some badge numbers to go along with some names.
Badge numbers in regards to
Being defendants in a very large lawsuit.
in a lawsuit. Okay, 1 second, please.
As you see, these are titles that the Takoma Park Police Department stated I didn't have to the vehicles that they illegally stole off the property.
Hello there.
Hello, Chief.
How are you today?
How you doing today,
I'm
Chief?
fine, thank you. Yeah, right. Don't decide that again.
Yeah, you're gonna be the chief of police.
No, I won't.
Either you're gonna be the mayor or you're gonna be the chief.
Neither nor.
I'm
None of that.
a bunk it for both of them. These are the titles to the vehicles that were stolen off the property that the chief of police say I didn't have. Okay. What I need is badge numbers
Okay.
to some terrorists that work in this department. Some of Bin Laden's generals and lieutenants. You can smile. I'm gonna laugh.
Question for you. Do you want me to write them down or did you want to write them down?
It doesn't make a difference. I just want their badge numbers. They're gonna be defendants in the lawsuit. As soon as I find that piece of paper with their names on it.
Okay.
Here it is. Each one of these individuals.
Now, do you mind if I write it on this paper?
Yeah, you can put it right at the bottom down there.
Okay. So
See?
for this one, and this one, correct? Because this person doesn't work here.
Who is that?
Crystal Eller?
Oh no, she works for the leasee.
Okay, so you want, first of all,
I want just your lieutenants, captains, and major, and chief of police.
okay, sorry.
Kristen Elliott works for the leasee. She is the
Okay. So his badge number, and his badge number.
Okay. It was that all of isn't there?
That's all that's here. Hold on one
That
second.
works here. That's what he wrote back, or who else? Somebody wrote.
Now, I just want to make sure that there are no other names. These are the only names of the people that work here.
Okay.
This one, and this one.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Yeah. I need to. Okay, that's fine. Is that Lieutenant Holmes back yet? Have they haven't finished my paperwork yet?
I can find out for you.
Well, while I'm here, because it shouldn't take this long. Let me ask you a question. When y'all do radio runs, right? Say I call and I wanted a abandoned vehicle. Do you all make reports, or do you just take the report of the officer that made?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
Okay, if a report was made, okay, when somebody called, let's say I call you, the police department, I tell them I have an abandoned car on Sligo Mill Road.
Okay.
Do you all generate a report, or do you just,
We generate an incident.
that's with the CCN numbers?
Yeah, that's incident number. CCN number is a case number.
Yeah.
Okay. We generated. First, when you call in, we generate an incident number. That's to show that this incident is taking place.
Okay.
So we'll call an officer out there, and the officer will go out there, check to make sure it's an abandoned car, do what they have to do. There's other things that need to be done, but if they request the case number for if they're going to tow the car and they request a case number, that's the report.
And it's two different numbers, though. It's
Yeah.
what. Are you authorized to give me that number for that day, or I don't want to get you in no trouble?
I'm not authorized to give it to you. I can ask, can I give it to you?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I know they're gonna say no, but
I can ask.
yeah, ain't no wrong with asking.
Hold on
No,
one second.
that's why they make them subpoenas, and I use them fully.
And you're talking about for the day of
April 28th, 2022.
I'm sorry, April 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on one second.
And what dispatcher was on duty at that time?
Okay. I contacted Lieutenant Holmes, and we're checking to see if your information is ready, and the other questions that you asked for, she's going to check to make sure I can get that to you.
Okay, you
Okay.
professional, but you know.
Just give me a minute.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. I ain't got nothing but a minute now.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna look around, see what I'm gonna do with this building when I buy.
Okay.
Make this your command center as mayor of the city.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Good. I said good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You?
Can I help you?
Oh, she's already helped.
okay.
Oh no, you. I said
Okay.
no. I'm good.
All right.
They put everything in here but what needs to be put in here. U.S. passports, you know, Who cares that? Yeah, I mean, the post office takes care of that. They have no complaints, no internal affairs complaints, no one to, you know, no real police complaints forms. They're supposed to be in a police station. They put everything else up there, but as you saw, I have the titles. Um, Let me see if I can show you this. This is the leasee saying he didn't authorize any tows to have my vehicles towed. And Mr. Rahimi is the one who had my vehicles towed. Now we go to Mr. Rahimi. He says this is how terrorists work. They start turning on each other when the cops or the military comes in. They start switching up on each other. You a police officer?
Oh, do the parking. You need somebody?
Huh?
You need to talk to somebody?
You a police officer?
Well, I do parking for them. I do work for them.
Oh no, I saw police right here on your chest.
Yeah, but I do parking. You need somebody?
No,
Oh,
he does parking enforcement, but he's not a police officer, but he has patches on. That shows you just how they are. If you go on to Maryland, they're not supposed to be wearing police. They are impersonating law enforcement officers. So Mr. Rahimi said he didn't call the police. Mr. Evans said he didn't call. So whose name is on these things? And the dispatchers of the tow company said the chief of police or Takoma Park is the one who authorized the towing of these vehicles. And this is here where Mr. Gusini said, Mr. Evans is the one he emailed Tacoma Park Police Department to have me removed. This is what Mr. Rahimi wrote. In a text to me, he wrote that. That's what happens when terrorists turn on each other. Corrupt people turn on each other. But the chief of police said he didn't tow it, but the owner says he did. And to tow something, you need the owner's permission. So the owner said he didn't tow him. So how can the chief of police come onto private property and tow private property off of private property? It's about to get hot. It's about to get sizzling hot. Look at this shit. You keep watching me, little bald-headed guy. Oh, shit.
Mr. Bowman, here you go. All right, we're going to email this to you, but since you're here in person, I'll give it to you in person and I'll also email it to you. Okay? There you go, sir. And I'll send you an email copy of that as well.
But again, I don't know if you could put it in it as another year, a private, or I could put it in as a parent in 2020.
Oh, God, these people here. Excuse. Excuse me. What they're saying now is, is it possible, do you have request slips? They're saying that I verbally, which I have a right to do, requested this information, but I didn't do it in writing. Is it possible, do you have the request slips in your department?
Let me see if our records clerk has it, okay?
I filled one out before. Anything to try to prolong this lynching they about to get.
Okay, let me check.
They are so funny. But by law, under the Freedom of Information, you can verbally say it. What they're saying is, since I didn't write it down, they're not going to give it to me, that I have to write it down. But verbally, shows you just how corrupt this police department is. The brass is. I want you to all see this. But it's good evidence to show just how corrupt they are. They don't even know when they're hanging themselves out to dry. They're saying because I didn't write it down, they're not going to give it to me. I love it. This shows you they don't know the law. It was verbally taken by the young lady who does the information. She wrote it down. And now they're saying because I didn't write it down, they're not going to give it to me. I can't wait to get them in the courtroom. How you doing? I'm not the police.
Huh?
I'm not the police.
Yeah, I know.
I know you looking at me like I'm the police. I'm not the police.
I work here, I know.
I know. Get all the water you can get, man.
I work here.
Okay, that's good. Good. That is so sad. Because I didn't write it down, the request for information, they're not going to honor and give it to me. If that doesn't show you the biasness and the intimidation tactic of this police department, nothing else will. But you haven't even seen the good parts yet. I haven't even put them online yet. This man right here say he working here like that means something. Watching me like a hawk on a rat or something. Now, mind you, since they're not going to honor somebody coming in here and do it, nowhere does you see on this board Freedom of Information forms. But the young lady wrote it down, and they're still not honoring it. It just shows you the corruptness in here. The tactics of intimidation. But yet and still, they don't have any forms out here, so you wouldn't even know about the forms, even though they're supposed to have forms to fill out. Or you can verbally tell someone under the Freedom of Information Act, you can verbally tell someone, they can write it down, and you can still get it. But in this case, the police department, Brad, said they are not going to honor it because I didn't write it down. Well, let me ask you a question. The new chief of police gave me this, and the new mayor. Then why isn't these forms out here if she wants to make a big issue about me not writing it down and the young lady writing it down? The form.
Sorry, that was a question for me. I didn't even.
Hey, no, what I'm saying is this.
So cross-eyed on that question.
Under the Freedom of Information Act, I can verbally say it to someone and they wrote it down like the young lady did.
Okay.
Now they're saying they're not going to give it to me because I didn't write it down. If that's the case, why is it the forms out here and I could have picked them up and took it and wrote it out myself?
Great question. I can't answer that question, but
Well-
that's a great question.
I know, but when you become mayor, I've got your back. I mean, she just digging a hole for herself because she shouldn't be a lieutenant, you know.
But
These forms should be out front. If that's what she's trying to say now, she doesn't know how the Freedom of Information works. I can verbally ask for this. She doesn't need that badge. She doesn't need that gun, and she surely doesn't need that bar on her shoulder. Thank you, Miss Mayor.
it's just Gallup. Like the
No.
That's it.
Let me tell you, we're gonna put some real people in here, some down-to-earth people.
I need to stay right here. I train up people to go do other things.
No, y'all got some good people in this department. Don't get it wrong, but because they are being run by terrorists and people who don't know the law and think that they can intimidate, you can't intimidate me. I don't even know why they did what they did, as though that was gonna make me move out. It just amps me up. I love it.
Okay.
You know, thank you, Miss Mayor. Have a good one, Miss Mayor. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, they say they're not going to give me that information because I didn't write it down. Isn't that some shit? Stay tuned. I'm going into the bathroom. I'll be right back as soon as I get through.